The link between violence against women and vulnerability to HIV infection is well established. This is particularly true in South Africa, which has one of the highest HIV prevalence rates in the world. In 2008, with funding from USAID, PEPFAR, and 2 local partners in South Africa, the Western Cape and KwaZulu-Natal Networks on Violence Against Women, PCI embarked on a 4-year effort to reduce HIV transmission by changing social norms associated with sexual and other gender-based violence against women. In a baseline study conducted by PCI, findings show that 50% of respondents agreed men in this community often hit their girlfriends, and 53% agreed violent crime is a problem in this community. Yet the initial study showed that there was already a broad rejection of attitudes that support violence against women, which raised an important question. If communities already know violence against women is wrong, why is it still happening? Consequently, PCI and partners reoriented the program goal away from changing the norm of violence against women to focusing on the norm of inaction in response to violence against women. As a result, the Prevention in Action, or PIA, social movement was established to mobilize communities and increase the response against gender-based violence. Through a daring mass media and outreach campaign, Prevention in Action reached millions of people through social media, advocacy events, media coverage, and massive billboards depicting graphic images of violence against women. Over 1,800 accounts were documented of action taken to prevent violence against women, and PIA crews filmed over 100 of these authentic stories. The videos were shared with the communities and served as an impetus to form violence-free zones, which community members themselves established and now maintain.
The person was arrested, thank God for that. He was arrested and sent to jail just because of what he did to me. And my face was swollen for about 3 to 4 days because of what happened, because he beat it with my face. And if it wasn't possible with prevention in action, I shouldn't be here today, but because of the prevention in action, I'm here.
At the conclusion of the program, 1/3 of respondents said violence against women had decreased in their communities over the course of a year. In terms of forms of violence that the PIA campaign addressed, male-to-female partner was by far the most significantly impacted. Resolution of conflict occurred in nearly half of the cases tracked through this effort. In total, PIA helped to transform the lives of 12,000 direct and 3 million indirect beneficiaries. PCI and its partners believe this innovative approach to establishing a new sustainable social norm and active intolerance for violence against women will lead to declines in gender-based violence and thus a reduction of new HIV infections, not only in South Africa, but around the world.